Hopefully I have enough space. All right, it is recording. So we just wanted to do a team call. If anytime you guys have questions or comments, remember the chat section. We love to have you guys respond and ask questions or anything. But Kayla and I just felt like we needed to come together as a team. It's been a while since we've done like our own smaller team meeting. I know we've done a lot of big stuff with like Zaya Light, and there's been a lot of like director groups and things like that. But we just kind of felt like we needed to regroup as a team and come together and just motivate each other. I know just the last couple of months, both for Caitlin and I, it's been a little bit slower on our end, just with certain things. And so we just wanted to come together and really help each other out and motivate each other. But we think that starting like a new year, especially in your business, is going to be huge. And we just kind of wanted to talk about that. So obviously, the best things for our business is parties, right? Because from parties, we get the most sales. That's where we make our most money for our income. That's where we get other potential reps, our downlines. That's where we get other parties, things like that. So that's where we get people into our VIP groups. And so what we're gonna do for, and if you have downlines, make sure you write this down, and you can also share this recording to them, but we want them to know about this giveaway as well. But the person who has the most parties in January will get a $50 Zaya gift card from Caitlin and I. And what we'll do is we'll purchase it in your back office. So like when you use it, it'll be like, you'll get credit for it as well. And so the rules on that is you have to have the party links set up before December 31st. And so you're just going to take like a screenshot of it or a picture of it and send it to either Caitlin or I, just to show us how many parties you have. And not only are we doing that for like accountability, but we're doing that because when you get those parties set up ahead of time, those links, it keeps the hosts accountable to you guys. And I don't know how many of you have done, like have scheduled a party and you reach out to that person like the next month and they're like, oh, actually, I'm not gonna do it. And you're sitting there like, well, that sucks because I was planning on it. So this kind of keeps them accountable as well. So, and then you can kind of, you're already starting to contact that host and talk to them and get them excited about it. So that is going to be our fun giveaway for the month of January, but obviously you're working towards it in December here. So the reason why we say by December 31st is because starting to book parties right now is super important. Say you get to January 1st and you're just starting to think about, oh, I need parties this month. It's just gonna be hard. Like you're scrambling, you're trying to reach out to people, and a lot of times people are like, let's do it like in 2 weeks or something. And you're like, oh man, like I need them soon. So start now, start contacting all those people, maybe from follow-ups, parties you've done this month or last month, follow up with all your customers recently, see if they want to do a party. Something about some cool ideas for January is we all know that January is kind of like, it's a fresh start, right? And a lot of people are thinking about New Year's resolution, losing weight, fitness, all those things. And what goes perfectly with that? Great activewear. So think about people that you can collaborate with, like people who maybe are Beachbody coaches or gym instructors, fitness, people who are into fitness, people who have these like resolutions where they want to lose weight or just start living a healthier lifestyle. Think about those people in your head. You can collaborate with them. Say you do you join somebody's fitness group on Facebook or something, and if they, they have a link as well to get rewards, things like that. So just start really thinking outside of the box and utilize like one of the biggest times of year where people have goals. I know my gym owner told me that membership skyrockets come January 1st because people have resolutions, right? So just think about that. So I have been like, Kayla and I were talking about this earlier, but I have been trying to reinvent what maybe a party will look like, what parties look like. And I've been trying to think of all these different ideas because sometimes we can get in a rut of like just doing like the same parties and maybe you're just getting tired of them. Maybe they're not working or whatever. So I have a couple ideas of some parties that might look different. And I won't go into great detail about it because if you're interested in it, we're going to do a whole nother like Zoom meeting on it to kind of go into more detail of like what that would look like. But I'm just going to kind of like talk about them a little bit so your brain can start thinking about it. The first one is actually from one of my downlines that she's doing. So she signed up just with the sole purpose of having kind of like a VIP group and selling off of there. And what she's been doing that is so cool, and you know who you are when I'm saying this, but is called a member spotlight. And what she's doing is she's taking people who are in her group, like her VIP Facebook group, and they create a link. She creates a link for them, and then they invite all of her people that she wants to buy from her into her VIP group. And she just has a member spotlight link for them, like in her announcements. And she's not even posting like a ton like we do on normal parties. She's posting kind of like a VIP page, but all of the work is behind scenes. So whether that be the host or the member in that group, contacting all those people and saying like, hey, here's my link again. Like I would love for you to buy from me. And then maybe my downline is also contacting the member and just keeping her up to date. But it's been working really well for her, and I think it's so cool because not only is this a different way to do parties where you're not like actually doing so much work, you also get all of those people in your VIP group. So that is just one of another party idea that you can think of. Other ones could be like email parties through an email thread, Facebook Messenger thread, texting thread, things like that. So we'll go into more detail that in a different Zoom meeting because I really think like sometimes we can feel, at least I felt this. When I first started, I just like literally for like 8 months straight, I did so many parties and they're all the same way. And then I just kind of got burned out. Like honestly, like I did, like I was just kind of sick of them for a little while. And so now I'm trying to like reinvent what different parties could be, try different things, we won't know if things will be successful if we don't try. And maybe we'll fail, but that's okay. At least we'll know, And if there are people who just want to do a personal party still, that's great, especially if they're interested in becoming a rep, because then they can have their own VIP page and things like that. But just thinking outside the box when it comes to parties, because the bottom line is this is a party company. And so if you're feeling burned out with how you're doing your parties right now, we need to start thinking outside the box. We can't just quit. We can't just stop doing parties because that is your main source of how you're getting your money and people on your team. So let's just start thinking outside the box and reinventing maybe what it looks like. So anyways, we'll get into more of that in a separate call. But if you guys don't mind, like we want to learn from you too. So if you have any ideas, like what different parties could look like or how you can get a lot of sales through a party link or event link, start writing those down. And then our next Zoom call, please share them with us because we want to know too, and we want to learn from you guys as well. All right, Keon, take it away. And if you can't breathe, let me know.
Hey guys. Okay, so I'm just going to talk a little bit about staying consistent and showing up, especially in these last few weeks of December. They get really hard in like Christmas time and holidays and things like that. So I wanted to let you guys know Showing up is going to look a little different because we're not necessarily going to be doing parties or things like that. We're maybe not even getting a lot of sales. But what you want to be doing is going live on your groups and just talking with the people that are in your group, your VIP people, showing outfit ideas, talking about things that you absolutely love, kind of in this like week of Christmas, is going to be really important because doing that, people are going to still be able to see you. And when they can see you, they're going to want to follow you. They're going to want to be a part of your group. They're going to want to buy your things. And even if you're not getting a ton of sales, they're still watching you. They're still like saying, oh, is Joelle showing up? Like, is she like non-existent for the last 2 weeks of the holiday? And then when January comes, here you are again. And they're like, where'd she go? You know, it's so important to stay consistent, even when the holidays come. And I feel like we may not be getting a ton of sales at the end of the year here because of Christmas. But I want to just say, like, if you think about somebody that's like a presidential or like even a double Zaya executive, things like that, you can guarantee they're showing up every day, and they're there and they're at that status because they're showing up, not because, you know, they took 2 weeks off and they decided just to leave it, you know. They made a plan. They're showing up, they're going live in their VIP groups, they're showing their faces, and they're showing what they love. You know, it's not just about like getting sales and things like that. They're actually showing their passion. They're showing like what they love about Zaya, and people are going to see that. And then when the week before New Year's comes, people are looking for something. They're looking for a new plan, a new resolution, a new idea. And if you're showing up, they may decide that you're the thing that they want to choose, you know? So being consistent, being there for them to be able to see you, to see your excitement, your passion, your gift that you have, that you love, is going to help them want to be more a part of Zaya, whether that's being a customer or that's being a new teammate. It's going to get them very excited watching you. And I wanted to mention, Joelle and I saw this on, like, I don't know if it was like maybe it was like a Facebook group, I think. Facebook has changed some of its settings. So a lot of your posts are not being seen by our customers or anything like that. You almost have to tag every single person. And even sometimes then they don't see it. Like the things are showing up hours later or not at all. So the best way to show yourself to your group is live video. Go live, whether that's 2 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever it is. Try to go live like twice a week. I mean, if you want to go live every day, do it. I mean, it's not going to hurt you, but just going live is just going to show up so much more because Facebook has changed its stuff and it just doesn't show as much. But live video still always shows. So if you guys can, whether you go live and you say, hey, what are you guys doing today for the holidays? Or what are your plans today? You guys, what's your favorite outfit? Or things like that. It doesn't have to be anything crazy. It doesn't have to be all the new releases. It could be something you just love and you're showing your outfit of the day. But doing that is going to be keeping those people's eyes on you and watching you, and they'll be able to see you because for some reason we're not showing up as much as we normally are because Facebook has changed things and we haven't really quite figured that out yet. So highly, highly suggest that stay consistent during this holiday. Don't wander off and just not post for a week. Schedule your posts if you're busy. That's totally a possibility. Now, Joelle and I were talking about in November, she kind of took a little break because, you know, she had a really rough time with losing her baby. And October, I just kind of lost it a little bit as well. And both of us noticed at the month that we took our, like a break where we didn't really show up, the next month was awful. It was just flat. And we didn't have any momentum. We didn't really have any, like our personal sales were the lowest that they probably have ever been. And it showed because we just didn't show up. And I was like, I'm never going to do that again because I'm so passionate about Zaya. I love it so much. And I want to share this with others that why am I not sharing it? Like, even when it's hard, sometimes when I don't want to, that's when it matters the most. So, I just really wanted to encourage you guys to stay consistent. I know it's hard sometimes, especially during the holiday, and we're not really going to have like a new release on the Wednesday, but just share the things you love. They're going to love what you love because they're your group. They follow you for a reason. So just share what you love. Um, and then I also wanted to kind of talk about sharing your gift a little bit. So you want to share your gift with other people, the gift of Zaya. Like, what is Zaya? What is Zaya to you? When you're thinking in your mind right now, why did you join Zaya? Was it because of the money? Was it because of the clothes that fit? Was it to get a better community of people? Was it, you just really were attracted to the type of company that it was? What motivated you to get started? Maybe it was all of those things. But if that makes you happy and that is giving you passion to continue on, why wouldn't you want to give that to somebody else too? Why wouldn't you want to share that with someone? Like, I would want to share that with my sister because I know that I love it and it's giving me so much passion. I want to share it with her. So think of it in that manner when you're sharing the opportunity with someone else to be either a Zaya rep, a new teammate with you. Share them why you started, why you're excited, why you love it, and think of it as a gift. Because if you don't share that gift with someone, it's like you're almost keeping it from them, and that just sounds like selfish. Like, I don't want to share that with them. Why would they want that? Well, why did you want it? You wanted it for a reason, right? So they might have a different idea of why they want it, but still share it. So, and if they say no to that gift, that's okay. They don't have to accept your gift. I mean, it's not like they have to 100% always say, yes, I'm going to take your gift. But you also have to remember, think about those higher up reps. Do you think that maybe they reached out to like 5 people in a month? No, they're probably reaching out to hundreds of people a month, and they probably have had hundreds a month of no's. They probably get, like 2 to 3 reps will join into their team maybe in a month personally for themselves. Can you imagine how many people they've had to ask? They don't just like get every single person they ask. They still have hard times. They get a lot of no's. But the difference between people that are thriving and people that aren't are the people that don't let the no's bother them. They have to let it go. And I had to learn that too. I can't let the no's bother me. I have to move on. I say, thank you for your time. Hope you have a wonderful holiday. And I planted a seed, and I got to leave it at that. So if you do get no's, don't get discouraged by that, because you're where you're at for a reason. And if you love your gift and you love your passion of Zaya, just keep sharing it. Just keep doing that. But you have to share it for people to see it. So if you don't share it, people aren't going to see it. So that's kind of some of the stuff. Joy, you want to jump in a little bit?
Yeah. So yeah, like Caitlin said, so once you signed up with Zaya, like you guys are already all signed up, obviously you're on this meeting. Like, you literally have been given an opportunity where you put yourself in a position, this opportunity to actually like make money, right? So like, it's literally in front of you, and what are you doing with it? Are you wasting your time? And you really, like, it's just something you really have to think about. Are you wasting your time, or are you actually taking this thing and running with it and making money? You know what I mean? And changing people's lives and things like that. Yeah, we're not like a weight loss program or, like some crazy skincare company that, removes all acne, whatever. But you have to think about like how it can change people's lives, and especially people who might join your team. I can tell you that if I didn't join, so this last month was a really hard month for my family. I lost a baby. I had a procedure that now I have to pay for. I was not expecting it. We got COVID literally right after, so my husband did not work for 14 days. So my Zaya paycheck that we got will be paying for our bills. And like, I can't even tell you, like when I got my commission this month from last month, like I started crying. So I was literally like, if I didn't join a year ago and I didn't show up every single day and was consistent, we would be struggling right now. And there's going to be so many people, and maybe even you guys, where that can happen. I mean, we're in we're in a pandemic right now where maybe you already had COVID or not, I don't know, but you could be in a position where you have to be in quarantine and you don't get paid for that. You know, not every job does that. So there might be, or maybe you'll have an unexpected illness or, you know, break a bone or something. I don't want to wish any of this upon you guys, but all I'm saying is that like you have this thing in front of you. You have this opportunity, this business where you can take it and run with it and actually like make money. And I know it's not just all about the money, but I mean, that is like a lot of our goals, right? It's to make money so we can save, we can, you know, go on vacation with our family, we can do whatever. So we can pay for bills, school, whatever. So use, like Caitlin said, like it's your gift. Use it, run with it. If it's in front of you, if it's on the table right in front of you, don't just stare at it day after day. You know, like pick it up and you know, and I'm talking to myself too, because there are definitely moments where we get burned out, where we get tired, you know, where maybe it can get boring or whatever. And I just have to remember that like if I'm consistent, if I look at it as a gift, like this is extra money, like I get to stand with my children, this is extra money that we're making. You know, I'm gonna run with it. So anyways.
Yeah, I feel like when you remind yourself of all the reasons why you started Zaya, it gives you more momentum and more excitement and energy to continue, keep going. That's why we write our whys down. You know, you got to keep reminding yourself, why did I start? Why did I even start Zaya? You know, because sometimes you can lose that, but that's why we want to have those whys. We want to have those things written down. So, and then you also got to remember, you got to take care of yourself as well. So you got to, don't go hard like every single day and think you have to spend 12 hours a day on Zaya to be successful, because that's not true. What you really need to do if you truly want to grow your business and treat it like a business is have like an hour a day. Now that's a lot. That's that's a lot of time that I would feel like if you spend that time dedicated to Zaya, that you will be successful and you are going to do good, like big things. That is not a requirement. But I'm saying if you took an hour out of your day, whether you get up early in the morning and you spend a half hour on it and then half hour before you go to bed, or you break it up into 4 15-minute slots, or you do the full hour. If you dedicate yourself to doing that every day and you do a specific thing, like, okay, this hour today, I am only spending time on following up with everyone that's purchased something in the last month. Those people are going to feel so appreciated that you followed up with them, and they're going to really care that you care about what they feel. The next day, you're going to spend that hour on booking parties. You're going to talk to as many people as you can, and you're going to book as many parties as you can. And that is going to change your whole entire dynamic. The next day, okay, you're going to try talking to people about the rep opportunity. So, I mean, things like that. Don't do it all in one day. You're not going to be able to do that. You're not going to be able to do everything in one day. It's really nice to feel like you write a list down and you're like, okay, I have 20 things I want to accomplish today with Zaya. I normally get like 2 of those things done, because it's just like you can't do it all and you get overwhelmed or something comes up. So just make yourself one task a day. That's a big task, but you know you can complete that task. And if you do that every day, you're truly going places. You are going to be somewhere in the next 6 months. You are going to be ranking up. You are going to have people on your team that are passionate and excited. And that is what we want for you guys. We want you guys to have that. So just giving yourself that time and showing up for yourself is going to help you, because honestly, it's self-sabotage if you don't show up for yourself, because then you're like, why am I here? You know, it's showing up for you. It's not showing up for me, not showing up for Joelle. I'm showing up for myself. So when I am following up with people, when I am talking to people, I'm helping me out. I'm helping my own business because it's your own business. So truly just make a schedule each day, and it doesn't have to be the same all the time. And if you don't have an hour, that's fine. But don't scroll on your phone. Joelle and we're talking about how you can get lost at scrolling. I can get so lost at scrolling on my phone. Like I will sit here and like have good intentions and be like, okay, I'm gonna reach out to 10 people. And then like an hour later, I'm like, oh my gosh, I did nothing. I looked at like Instagram stories and reels and like I totally got lost because I saw one and then I kept going. And so be very intentional about the things that you're doing, and that's going to help you. Like, nope, this is Zaya time. This is my business time. I am not wasting it. And when you do that, you're definitely going to make a big difference in the things that you do. It'll make a big difference in your business.
Yeah. So we kind of talked about a lot of different things, but the whole purpose of this meeting was to come together to get motivated to start the new year strong. And so what we're going to do right now is you guys are on here. You're taking this time to be on here, to sacrifice, to learn. And so we're actually going to do, I'm going to put my clock on for 10 minutes and we're going to do a 10-minute reach out time. So contact, whether that be follow-ups of customers you've had in the last month or two, seeing how they like their product, would they like to do a party? You know, maybe you can think about in your head a different way to do a party if you think people don't want to do the party the regular way, whatever. You know, follow up with loyal customers that haven't done parties before. Things, any other ideas, Kaylin? Any other people?
I would just say, you know, people that you feel like you've had a connection with before, even if they're maybe not a part of your VIP page. If you feel like you've just had a connection with them previously, just think like at your work, at your gym, at, you know, any kid functions, if you have children and you go places and you see any moms that are around you, school, just like honestly think of, there's so many ways that you could know other people. You know, do you have significant others that have family members that you haven't, that you could reach out to, that would have friends? Say someone like in your family, whether that's an aunt or uncle or someone, they are interested, but they have friends that are. You could ask them, hey, do you have anyone that you feel would be interested in this? Can you think of anyone in your circle that could help me grow my business? Because they're going to want to help you if they truly love you and they're your like relative, you know, or family member. So you can always ask them too, like if you're feeling like you don't have anyone to ask at the time. So many options that you can expand to.
I think about those people in the beginning I was talking about that you could maybe collab with in January or February for you know, New Year's resolution, things like that, like coaches, fitness people you might know, maybe even family members that are trying to be healthy, lose weight, whatever. And I know there's so many of those people around us. Yeah, so I'm gonna put the timer on. And if you're new here and you haven't done a whole lot of like reach outs, keep it so simple. Literally just contact them and say, if they're like a customer, say, hey, just seeing how you liked your Zaya that you bought, wait for them to respond. If they say, I love it, say, great. Would you want to do a party to get free stuff? And that's it. Keep it so simple. Like it doesn't have to be this long paragraph. Hey girl, how you doing? You know, like no, just keep it very simple. People want straight to the point and simple when it comes to sales. They don't want like you beating around the bush and acting fake. So straight up, I say is the best way to do it. Obviously, don't be like, hey, do a party. Because that's not going to be fun. But, you know, just keep it simple. So start thinking about those people. Go through your VIP page. Go through your order history in your back office. And I'm going to put timer on. And maybe maybe it's also,
I wanted to say too, you can have another party for someone that has had a party previously in the past that maybe didn't go well, because that is more known now. So if you've had a party in the past with someone like 6 months ago and it was like barely 200, reach out to them and be like, hey, let's try it again. Zaya is like way more popular now. People know it. Mainly, most people are like, yeah, I know what Zaya is. And have another one. Or if it went successful, have another one. I've had multiple people ask me to have another party and they still did well because their friends know what it is and they're excited. So it's okay if you do another party for people. I would say don't do it within the same month. That's a little too fast. But if it's been a few months, yeah, try it. Why not?
yeah. So Serena just popped back on here. Serena, I'm putting my timer on, and we're gonna take 10 minutes and just do reach outs to see if people want to do parties. It can also be reach outs to see if somebody wants to become a rep. So this is any type of reach outs, but since we have a giveaway going on here in January, that's, it's kind of party focused. But okay, I'm gonna start my timer. And in this time, or while we're still on Zoom, if you get anybody that says yes, put it in the chat so we can celebrate. All right, starting the timer.
Joelle, mute yourself.
I'm sorry. You're my children. All right. The time is up, but I'm going to give us 2 more minutes because everyone is working so diligently. All right. So some of you might not have gotten responses yet, but type in the chat how many reach outs you did. That was literally like 12 minutes, and I reached out to like 10 people. That's literally all it takes. 12 minutes a day, man, or 5, you know? And this is like the best time of night because everyone, I feel like everyone ate, woohoo. Oh, wow.
Cassie, yes. One yes, one maybe, one responding.
Caitlin ate.
Alexis. Oh, nice, Chelsea. One potential rep and 8 reach outs.
Caitlin did 8 people. Woohoo, that's awesome, guys. See, literally like 10, 12 minutes. That's all it takes.
So I want you guys to, from today, no matter if it was this morning or tonight, from today until December 31st, every party that you book is an entry to win that $50 gift card. So then if you are the one that won the most, you're going to win that gift card. So make sure that you get that in your back office though, like you make the event. One, it's going to help you keep that host accountable so they want to have your party, because you're going to send them that link and say you have it all set up for them. And then two, it's also going to show us that you have that party set for January. So yeah, I'm so excited. You guys got so much work done already. When we get off this call, it doesn't mean it's the end. You can still keep working if you want to. You've made so much headway just with 15 minutes, less than 15 minutes. Imagine what you can do in 30. So just keep that in mind when you're overwhelmed and you feel like you need parties or you want to talk to people. Take 15 minutes. Just take 15 minutes out of your day. Be like, I'm just going to do some reach outs with people. And it's just going to make a world of a difference.
Well, I just did, honestly, so I can just tell you guys, maybe you do this too, but I just went to my VIB group and I went to my members in the group and I just literally asked everybody that hasn't had a party. Especially like, and I just got another one too. And I literally had no parties for January set up. So just by doing this and going through those members, and I'm not saying that's going to happen every time. You get a lot of no's as well, but just by reaching out, you don't know if someone's going to say yes or no if you don't do it. And I just asked a girl that I've been really, really nervous to ask to do a party. And I was just like, screw it. I don't care. Still 2020, whatever. I'm going to ask. And she said yes. So I'm like, yay. So you never know. All right. Well, thanks for coming on, guys. And we hope that this was encouraging in some ways. If you have downlines, people on your team, tell them about the giveaway. Tell them to watch this. We'll post our recordings and our own training pages that we have on Facebook. And you guys got it. Let's start thinking about January and starting out strong. All right, everybody.
Yes.
Have a good night.
Night, guys. See you later. Cassie. See you later.
How do I stop my recording?